What's up, everybody? Andrew Tsundoku coming at you. This time, not from the sanctity of my library, but from my mother's attic. You can see it's a little bit crazy. And now I'm up here today looking for a bunch of my nerd stuff. I've got comic books from like the 90s. I've got Pokemon toys. I've got Zoids that are already built, just up here chilling. Bionicles. Let me think. What else was there? Pogs. Looking for all of this stuff. It's somewhere here, or somewhere there. And nevertheless, I'm gonna have to go through every single one of the boxes in order to find it. What's up, everyone? Pretty excited. I actually just found what appeared to be Bionicle. That's written in like my 5th grade handwriting. Big guys, all in cans, Toa, more little guys. We're on the right track. So here's something that I thought also you guys may find interesting. My dad worked a long ass time ago for, I believe it was Kmart, and he brought home a ton of these boxes. Now these, that is Nintendo, made in Japan. These are where the NES came from, these giant shipping crates. They would have 3 of them per box. So pretty cool, old freaking Nintendo, 3-piece Nintendo of America. Kinda cool. I think it's cool. I'm a nerd gamer, so I thought it was pretty neat. So here's a box that says DBZ Pinball, Dragon Ball Z Pinball. If that's what I remember it is, that is, I'm enthralled. I can't wait to open that thing up. Look, more Bionicle, and that is my rocking horse from when I was like 2 years old. I've never seen it in freaking 2 decades. That's pretty neat. Bionicle though, hello. So, my friends, as you can see, I am now within the sanctity of my library, out of my mother's attic, thank God. I have retrieved a numerous amount of boxes that I will be now going through at top speed. First and foremost, I found this. This is Liger Zero. Liger Zero is a Zoid, and Zoids are mechanical, animatronic, kind of like Gundam, but animals. So this is Liger, or Blade Liger, excuse me. And this was one of my favorite things as a kid. It can go into like battle mode, and you can flip out all these things. And we've got the blades now, and it just looks so much cooler. And I'm okay. The point is, my toys have been gone for a long damn time. So, and I finally have them. I have boxes everywhere. But when I was a kid, I didn't really put them away carefully. It took me roughly 5 minutes to rebuild Blade Liger after I found him. That being said, I don't expect you to all hang out for the entire time, but I am going to be going through these boxes thanks to digital cinematography at a supersonic rate. So, I hope you're ready for this. There we go. I do not know this one's name. It has been far too long to remember such things, but he is built back to normal. I'm missing one little piece on the back, one little spike. But I wasn't in the packaging. I don't think it's going to be in the box, so I'm assuming that I was missing it before I packed it away. So there's him. Next. Now that is a cool one. Once again, no idea what the name is, but he's a keeper. He is sweet looking. Damn. Awesome. All right. Next. Alright, now this guy is Liger Zero, as opposed to Blade Liger. He started in this form and they like upgraded him to Liger, or to Blade Liger. But he still had some modifications. He was super fast, son of a gun. Well, he was super fast and he had little blades as opposed to those longer ones from the other ones. And he still kind of puffed out just a bit when he would fight. Still really cool. Jet boosters back here. And I failed to mention this before, but all of these have, they're either, well, these ones so far are all battery powered, so there's a battery bank in the belly of a lot of them, and they, you would put in AA's, AAA's, whatever it was, and then they would kind of like wind up and move, so the guns and turrets would all spin, it'd go up and down, they'd walk forward, their mouths would drop, and really awesome toys as a kid. Almost better than Legos. Alright, keep going. It's alive! There we go. And that's essentially it for all of the larger ones. Recently, these are too fragile to touch, as you have seen. Pieces just fall off. So I won't be playing with them anymore, sadly, unlike the Beyblades and things like that. So I actually purchased recently a glass cabinet. So now that they are built, I'll take my favorite ones. They'll be going in the glass cabinet. The others will unfortunately go back in the box, but at least I will now know where they are, not in my mother's attic. Alright, so next I have something that's not quite as cool, but I did find... Whoa, okay, all of my Pokemon toys. And for Pokemon being as widely popular as it was at the time, it's odd that I don't have more, but, I mean, what I do have isn't terribly bad. There's a little Mew. And then, of course, the Pokeballs themselves. These were cool as a kid because it was almost like cosplay, I guess. You could walk around with these on your belt. You just felt rad as all get out. And, I mean, some of them, you could get, since Pokemon was everything back then, some of them came from, like, McDonald's. Like, I think these are McDonald's. And then some of them you actually, like, bought and spent money for. So these ones also clipped to your belt. They were a little bit smaller, and they were in, like, a blister pack, like, just hanging open like that. And so that one's Mew, Charizard, and these were the majority of them. I don't really have a lot of the balls. The balls were cheap, and when my younger brother and I were kids, we would legitimately throw them like they do in the show. So a lot of them were broken. Lapras, Charmander, Horsey. But so, I mean, the figures remain kind of cool. I've got Abracadabra and Alakazam. Kind of neat. Don't actually think that I'll be displaying any of these here. There's Jigglypuff. See? Maybe we were kind of desperate for more toys if we got Jigglypuff. But, however, I do have Eevee. Eevee is my favorite one. Although I really like Rachel's Eevee better. Maybe I'll keep it out, maybe not. I don't know. All in all, I'm not as impressed with this as I remember being when I was 10. But at least I have them. I mean, they're kind of cool. I'll put them back in a box, store it someplace, but anyway. Alright, so now I have something that I am equally as excited about, like I was with the Zoids. When I was a kid, I guess I was maybe 9 or 10 at the time, but Lego produced a series called Bionicle. Bionicle started in 2001, at least in America. I don't know if it started later or earlier in other places, but started in 2001. They were like action figures that you could build yourself. And because they were Lego, I mean, obviously you could build them yourself, but because they were Lego, you could customize them however you wanted to. So if you wanted your guy to have different weapons or different powers or different whatever, it was easily doable to just swap it out. That being said, a lot of them are broken, and not like damaged, but like all taken apart in boxes. But they essentially just look like that. So they're like action figure size, pretty cool. And they came with a storyline. You could fight them like this, which was a lot cooler looking at the time. But yeah, like each character, there were 6 characters: blue, white, brown, black, green, red, and each character had a different mask. I'm talking about the original set. Each character had a different mask, and each mask had a different power. And they were all like elemental, obviously. So white was ice, green was like the jungle, red was lava or fire, brown he was in the sand area, black was underground, which black was my favorite at the time, still is absolutely my favorite. But essentially, Bionicle saved Lego from a whole lot of financial crap that they were in. It lasted for about, I'd say 8 or 9 years. And for the first, I would say 5 or 6 years, my younger brother and I collected every single one that they made ever. And they had lots. There were some that were only released through like McDonald's Happy Meals. There were some that were only like limited run. It was kind of like the Amiibo, because there were so freaking many. I think new sets came out every 6 months. There were so many, and so not enough time to get them before they were off the shelves and a new set was on. So it was madness. I remember my mother like calling different places around, like different cities, and we'd have to travel from city to city. Point is, I have literally 3 boxes full of Bionicle, so I'm going to set up my favorite ones, once again in super fast motion. I'll explain as we go if I feel the need. So here we go. Okay, so also collectible at the time, Dragon Ball Z had Happy Meal toys. The first ones, they were plastic, obviously, but they looked like pewter and gold figures, like statues of all the characters, and they all came with little like bases that you would put them on, and then the base had an area for a card, and the cards are right here, and I thought I had lost them forever, but I have them. Okay, so essentially the figures all came in containers that look similar to this. I don't have all the containers for all the figures, but I do have a lot of the containers for a lot of the figures, and those were like the set. So these were series 1, They have a Series 2 that I also don't have the containers for. These are the guys from Series 3. And each series had like expanded on the map and the story. There were comic books and video games and movies. Like the series, the Bionicle chunk of the world was huge. These were bad guys for the first time we actually had guys that they could fight. So I'm gonna take these out. These were pretty cool. And because Lego kind of didn't really even know what they were doing at the time, a lot of them are more adjustable and posable and like work better. So there's red guy. But they all moved. They all had that same like back and forth wiggly movement. For a long time actually, and then they kind of upgraded and we got to a point. It was right before the Hero, whatever Nintendo had, like Hero something that replaced Bionicle, but the series right before them had like guns that they could shoot, and it was just really cool. So let's take this guy out. This was the white, and they all had the same name. White was Kopaka. Kopaka is it means ice in some language or something. I know that the Bionicle language has origins in the real world, but I do not know how or where or whatever. So there's him, and he's still got the wiggly arms. And these were cool too because his snowshoes actually were in reality swords, or like I guess maces. Kind of cool, pretty sweet. I like his mask though. That's really neat. And then, kind of like a lot of stuff, the originals I would consider to be the coolest looking, although they had not as good movement and not as good colors. I would still say that like the original Bionicle really looked cool. Kind of a little bit more. They also had littler guys. The masks had different powers. They weren't as cool. I think they were like $6. But these were like the village elders. They didn't really do much of anything, but they were like part of the story because, like I said before, they had comic books and crap like that that kids were also into. So they just kind of moved the story along. And then these are the McDonald's guys. I didn't even like McDonald's as a kid. I mean, I didn't really like food as a kid, but I especially didn't like McDonald's food. We would go everywhere looking for these damn little guys. And they did nothing. They just hung out. Oh, I think they had a little disc that they would chuck, but they really didn't do anything. That's it. These were some of the coolest visually that came in the cans. They all came broken up. That's how Lego contained them. They looked like that, but these ones were neat because they were kind of like insects, and so they would hang out in the cans like this after you built them, and then the idea was that you would unscrew them. They would come out just like that, which is cool. Like, that's awesome packaging. And then they would, of course, all get into like their battle mode or whatever. These ones weren't my favorite at all, but they were still neat. Like, they're all really cool. Here we go. Original red guy. This is Tahu. He was the poster child for the whole series. I remember seeing, like, before they came out, it was just the date that they would release, and this guy, like, in lava, and I was like, that is the toy that I want to buy. Because of obvious limited funds for like 14-year-old children, my younger brother and I had to kind of pick and choose which ones we wanted from the latter series, because we had A, filled up the top of our entertainment center with these guys, and then B, we just didn't really have money or the time or anything to keep collecting them like we did in the beginning. So we kind of got our favorites. Sadly, we had to pick and choose. But to kind of show you like a little step by step, this was the black guy, the black character from one of the ending sets. He had a light up sword. He just looked crazy badass. This is toward the end. This was where they came from. So like they got elaborate as crap and increasingly expensive, but definitely cool. Very, very sweet characters. Alright guys, last but not least, I have found the Dragon Ball toys that I was talking about earlier that go with the cards. So, Burger King, I believe it was Burger King, they had this promotion for a little while that you get the kids meal and it comes with a toy, and Dragon Ball Z was extraordinarily popular. And they only would give you like one figure a week. It ran for about 2 months or so, and so there's Super Saiyan Goku, and so you had to come back regularly to try and find the right toy. And I remember driving all over the state with my mom and my younger brother looking for these because we needed the complete set. We have the complete set. This is all that they made. The year afterward, they did another Dragon Ball Z toy promotion, but it wasn't as cool. These ones looked awesome, and they move slightly, like Frieza's tail moves. They kind of all turn at the waist. Aside from that, nothing really that moving about them. They're more just like statues, and the way that they're colored make them look really quite cool. There's Vegeta, and then Piccolo's cape also came off, which I also thought was pretty darn unique. These were toys that you would get in like Happy Meals, guys. Pretty cool. And then also, just even to prove further how marketable Dragon Ball was at the time, I found the Dragon Ball Z pinball game that my brother and I had, and I didn't even remember that this was a thing until I found it in the attic. And it still works. It's functional. That's kind of cool. There's the face. And the whole thing like lit up and made sound, and it would keep track of points. I don't have batteries in it. The paper backing is also starting to peel. I'll try to fix it up. It's cool. I don't know if I'm going to keep it out. Probably. I'll probably keep it out. I'm not going to lie. But it is really cool. Especially cool to have. What I did not find was my original PlayStation and the controllers and the cords and things. Did not find any of my comic books, did not find any of my Pogs or comic cards. Did get all my toys though, so that's cool.
You're now rocking with the best. Hey, Dante, mashallah, life is good. Only always, life is good. Only always, life is good. Y'all keep going, life is good all the time. Life is good. Only always, life is good. Life is good.
I wanted to thank you folks for hanging out with me as I crawled through my mother's attic trying to find all my old toys and stuff. I hope that you folks had fun, as much fun as I did at least, opening up and going through the boxes. Thought it was really cool. Got a lot of good memories, a lot of old fun memories. Hope you folks got some good memories as well. And just wanted to again say thanks. If you have any questions or comments, make sure to leave them below. Try to get back to all of you. And then for those who are new to my channel, to my show, do a lot of manga reviews or unboxing, manga related stuff. Doing a gaming channel also pretty soon. The link for that is also in the description below. And then make sure you check back on a regular basis, because I'm always doing something else, either crawling through attics or opening things up, showing off new books, giving it, well, not really advice, but like recommendations, I guess you could say. And then for those who are already subscribed and hang out with me regularly, make sure that you keep checking back on a semi-regular basis. Kind of slow down for a minute, but I hope to pick back up and do videos as frequently as I was doing before. Anyway, I really appreciate you guys. I hope you had fun. I will talk to you all later.